Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh boy, every single week it seems as though this kid seems to just make it worse for himself. You know, if you're going to operate with this constant sense of self-righteousness, if you're going to constantly be condescending towards everybody on the other side of the political aisle like Harry Sisson is, well, you better have a pretty stellar track record. You better be pretty solid in your reporting. And most importantly, you better bring the receipts and be right most of the time. If your entire shtick online is, here I go again, debunking all these crazy fascist rightoids, if that's your angle, if that's your whole thing, and you're doing that on behalf of the Democrat Party that's paying you, well then again, you better bring the receipts. But this kid, I mean, he's a walking, talking disaster. And every week's another huge blunder that frankly should be credibility ending, as if this guy had any credibility left. But you know, just speaking personally, I've been doing this for a while at this point. If I ever released a video like this, I would be panicking. I would be so embarrassed. I'd immediately delete the thing. I've deleted videos for like little tiny minute mistakes, but this, the fact that this guy can release this sort of stuff and just continue on and leave it uploaded shows you just how much of a disingenuous character he really is. Harry Sisson strikes again. Total, utter embarrassment. Another credibility shattering moment. And like I keep saying, these are the future faces of the DNC. This is the future of the Democrat Party. That's why we keep focusing on Harry. Well, let's just see what our little paid DNC shill friend is up to today. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Okay, so let's start off with this new Harry Sisson video, and he titles this video, Breaking News, apparently. Trump's administration is giving Tesla a $400 million government contract. Here's the latest scandal, the latest Democrat bombshell.
We have some major breaking news. Donald Trump's State Department is awarding Tesla, one of Elon Musk's companies, a $400 million government contract. Yeah, that's right. The State Department's procurement forecast, revised as of late December 2024, lists Tesla as the recipient of the largest expected contract, with Marco Rubio's department planning to buy $400 million worth of armored Tesla. The award is targeted for Q4 and is forecast to last around 5 years. The procurement forecast is listed as having been modified on December 13th, 2024, a month after Donald Trump's election. And here you can see the actual forecast from the Department of State, and there it is, $400 million for armored Tesla. So let me just get this straight. Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, is trying to get access to your personal data at the Treasury Department and a number of other government agencies, while also simultaneously receiving the largest State Department contract of 2025. That looks like some pure corruption to me. Donald Trump's entire goal is enriching himself and his buddies. Elon Musk should not be working for the executive branch at Doge while also receiving government contracts.
Now, I'm sure some of you guys probably didn't notice, but some of you probably did, the most perceptive of you. Honestly, it was quite subtle. But Harry Sisson actually completely debunked himself in this video. He's presenting this as a huge scandal, proof of corruption. Donald Trump is handing over hundreds of millions of dollars to his billionaire crony friend. Except there's only one problem. This, what he's reporting as a Trump scandal, happened on December 13th, 2024. Yeah, I'm sure you guys put two and two together. This $400 million wasteful handout to Elon Musk happened under the Biden administration. Absolute fake news, and honestly, anybody with two working brain cells would have immediately seen some red flags, as if Donald Trump would hand out $400 million for electric tanks after ending Biden's EV mandate. How ridiculous is that? I guess little Harry Sisson here isn't smart enough to process dates and times and do the most basic of research before presenting something to his massive audience. Although, to be honest, I think that's giving him way too much benefit of the doubt. He knows exactly what he's doing. He just doesn't care. He was handed the latest Democrat talking point and he just runs with it. In fact, he wasn't the only one.
Elon Musk has apparently somehow convinced the United States government, specifically the United States Department of State, that the taxpayers of the United States of America should spend $400 million buying, quote, armored Tesla production units. Isn't it great and definitely not at all illegal or profoundly corrupt? Definitely not ripping us all off to pay themselves, right?
It's so obvious what's happening, right? These people who present themselves as fair political analysts are anything but. They're total bought and paid for mouthpieces, just pushing hoax after hoax after hoax. And once again, little Harry here gets caught pushing total fake news. But that's not even the best part. The best part of this story is the update. It's obvious what Harry Sisson was trying to do for his handlers here. He was trying to drum up controversy, another hoax to take down the evil orange man, but instead, his little report here served a totally different purpose. Actually, what he ended up doing was bringing this ridiculous, wasteful contract to light, which then brought it to Donald Trump's attention, and he immediately slashed it. You cannot make this up. I guess Harry Sisson is now one of those Doge Zoomers indirectly, as he's now identifying wasteful government contracts to get slashed. Update: Trump's State Department cancels $400 million armored Cybertruck deal made by the Biden administration. The Trump State Department has canceled a deal made by the Biden administration to purchase $400 million in armored Tesla Cybertrucks. Procurement plans for 2025 also include a purchase from BMW. The Biden administration had implemented an electric vehicle mandate and had plans to replace much of the federal fleet with electric vehicles. On his first day in office, Trump reversed the initiative. The solicitation is on hold and there are no current plans to issue it, the State Department said once the procurement plan came to light. The Trump administration has been diligent in rooting out excess spending and government waste and is working through all federal agencies. Womp womp womp. Well, actually, upon reading the headline, it seems as though they're just now confirming that this contract was in fact cancelled with the rest of the EV cancellations, let's call it, which again, had Harry Sisson had an ounce of honesty in his bones, a red flag would have popped up. You know, that's the first thing that came to mind. Just a couple minutes ago when I was presenting these ideas to you, immediately a red flag popped up in my mind. Didn't Donald Trump sign executive orders canceling all these EV mandates and everything that Joe Biden was trying to do with electric vehicles in the federal government? You would think that this contract would be part of that. That's the thought process of an honest person who's thinking critically, which clearly Harry Sisson isn't. This is what the modern left has become. This is what they do. They just straight up lie, but they do it with such arrogant confidence, expecting that people are just going to default to their authority or their perceived authority. Breaking massive scandal, here it comes. It's obvious the left doesn't think so highly of their audience, especially on TikTok. Clearly, they think their audience is too dumb to understand things like dates, times. And actually, speaking of these arrogant leftoids presenting their scandals and debunkings on TikTok, I've got another one I want to show you, because apparently the left has totally debunked the whole $59 million payment to the Roosevelt Hotel, which was housing illegal migrants, and according to Secretary Kristi Noem, they were even at one point allegedly harboring Laken Riley's killer. But supposedly it's all fake news.
You may have seen that Elon Musk posted this, that his Doge team discovered that FEMA sent $59 million to luxury hotels in New York City to house migrants, and that they took this money from American disaster relief, and instead of spending it on Americans, they spent it on immigrants. And that they were taking it back. People got fired over this. This is all a lie. FEMA, like every organization that is given money by the government, has very strict rules of how they can spend money. He's claiming this money is being spent on illegal migrants and on illegals when it's not. It's being spent on non-citizen migrants, and non-citizen migrants are someone who are here legally. He's claiming that that $59 million was supposed to be spent on American disaster relief. The Disaster Relief Fund, which is what goes to hurricane victims, is a completely different fund from FEMA. So Doge isn't finding fraud. They're looking at publicly available information and trying to make you believe that they're finding things that have been kept secret.
Again, just this arrogant self-righteousness, but nothing new, no new information presented that debunks anything. The money was passed by Congress, therefore it's not government waste. These FEMA dollars were allocated towards shelter for migrants, therefore right-wingers debunked. Yeah, that's not the way it works. And the idea that all of this money was being sent to shelter and house legal migrants who came through legal paths of entry is insane. I don't even need to debunk that. We've been seeing what's been going on, especially at these hotels in New York City. They've been used as criminal gang headquarters. These are illegal migrants who crossed over the border illegally, but they've been processed through the system as legal asylum seekers because the far-left Biden administration essentially conflated the two. So this idea that this money was only being spent to take care of legal migrants, asylum seekers, first off, is completely absurd, and that doesn't take away from the fact that it's totally ridiculous, unfathomable, frankly, that the Biden administration would allocate hundreds of millions of dollars in FEMA funds to house migrants rather than focus on their actual duty, their actual job, which is critical natural disaster response and aid. This isn't a debunking, it's a debunking. There's a very big difference. Who is falling for this stuff? It's just so unbelievable, but more accurately, it's so unbelievably dishonest. And I guess I'll just finish by saying, this is the future of the Democrat Party. Do you really want to be a part of this clown show? I suspect most people do not. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.